So hello, this is Lady Compossible, and I am coming to you because yesterday I was listening to I am with Access Consciousness, and I use the tools and the techniques that they provide and teach us and just share with us and give us more choices to use in life. And it creates be aware, it creates a lot of possibility, it creates a lot of fun. You actually start looking in the mirror and enjoying who you are. Things create in your life, and you just don't know how much of a magical creator you are. You start to use these funky questions and techniques, and it just works. I don't know. But so be aware. But I was listening to, they do a call on Voice of America. They have a radio show that a few of the people get on, and it's almost comical, and it's very open and raw and creates awareness and consciousness, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. But lo and behold, the other day that it was called, "What are you resisting that would actually make you create?" So I am resisting doing this video because I started working again. And I really am not too proud of that, but it's what we have to do right now. I took 3 weeks off to to meet family and be with family, and for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary in June, when my son came down, and the finances kind of took a little dive for a while. But I will say, being in this industry and this company, I'm actually like creating some extra income there. So that's a lot of fun. But this is about what are you resisting in life? So me, I'm resisting telling you guys I got another part-time job because the money just isn't there. But I'm also resisting, like, what is it about me that I'm resisting? I'm resisting about probably like being my true self. I'm resisting of standing in my own accord. I asked everybody to post a word about me today, and some amazing words are popping up, and it's really like encouraging me. I saw a friend, Tammy, she said all these words came out about her, and she made a little like cloudo or something about with it. So I was like, oh, hey, let's see what other people are, saying about me. And it's really encouraging for you sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for us to look in the mirror and be like, you are so genuine. You are so amazing. You are so passionate. You are so, and for the longest time, I couldn't even do these videos because I'm staring at myself, saying this stuff and not believing in it. But more and more of, feeling better about myself, because my body just feels amazing on these products. The people that are in my path are all on the same length. My vibe is attracting my tribe. I just signed up a new teammate today, and I have 2 or 3 on deck. So, my team is growing, and I love encouraging them. And I have to sit back because as a leader, I watch other leaders, and I try to not copy them, but kind of mold kind of into them. And we have such amazing leadership that it's easy to get people plugged in. They've done the training. You just watch a video. And if somebody isn't willing to watch a video, that's on them. It's there. So I don't have to force people and be like, hey, did you watch that video? Did you watch that video? Did you watch, like in other companies, I've done a few different companies. So I've done the kitchenware, I've done the candles, I've done the private parties of the products. That was a lot of fun. But I've done different things, and I love the people that encouraging me and support me. But I guess I never really truly felt who I was until right now. I have an amazing domestic partner, because now that's a term. I used to call him a so, but it's not just a so. Like, so what? Like, no, it's not. he's not my better half, because I even used to call, people my better half. No, I am whole. And what really gets me here in Orlando, you drive down I-4 and Advent Health, we won't go there, but they have billboards and their whole thing is feel whole. Well, why aren't we feeling whole? Like, why aren't we feeling better about ourselves? Number one, why aren't we feeling better about ourselves? And number two, why aren't we feeling better about ourselves? Because we're listening to everybody else's bullshit about us. I even kind of hear in the back of my head, and I still have to like process this, is, what pops up when I'm like, oh, I can't be, I can't see this, or I can't do that. And I hear my freaking teachers, which God love them. I had great teachers. God, they love them because I had to deal with me. But I was a talkative girl in a private school and you got in trouble for that. You even got spanked. Oh my God. But that's a whole nother story. But, but it was like, I'd always hear my teachers' voices in my head going, Kim, be quiet. You can't talk right now. Shh. No, you can't. This is not the right time to ask that question. No, that's not a good question. There is never not a good question. Questions create. There's, answers, and you can take it for what you want. I was just talking to a person today, and I'm like, we know our truth. When we see a video or when we hear about something and it lights us up and our body actually like vibrates and you get the goosebumps and you just get like all riled up inside, that's for you. Follow that. When you watch something and you're like, oh my God, like, why am I freaking watching this? Turn it off. That's not for you. So all I'm saying is, what are we freaking resisting in this world that if we weren't resisting, we could actually create? Like, what is that wall standing in front of you? And mine is just truly being me and saying and not giving a rat's ass what people think about it. Because I just walked up to 3 teenage kids getting out of a little van that ran on solar power. And I was like, freaking A, that is so cool. They work at, they do certain events and ayahuasca events. And I was just like, that is so freaking cool. Like, I heard their stories and why they do this. And I was just like, oh my God. And they're like, well, what's your name? I'm like, Lady Impossible. And they're like, oh my God. So when you put out your vibe, the right people come into your tribe. Somebody said today, I forget who it was, but genuine. I am genuine. I am genuinely open about who I am, and I am ready to voice that. Tomorrow is my first Freaky Friday, so I'm even gonna get some foil and make a foil hat, because I am just ready to just drop little stuff that just has come across my awareness. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's my Freaky Friday, and I can say what I want, and you can take it for what you want. Just like the products, they give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can try it for 60 days. If you don't like it, you can return it. I have had a guy that had ALS. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's a lot of issue, And he just, he said the oil just wasn't for him. I said, that's fine. This is the number, return it. I have no issues because he tried it, You can't knock it till you try it. And most people, when they try this, their bodies light up. I just met a guy and he said his mom has been on the oil for a little bit, and her steps, because he gets to watch her steps, went from 4,000 to 8,000. And he was like, I don't even have to ask her if the oil's working. Like, that's the only thing changing. And that lights me up. What lights me up and drives me is the passion to hear other people's testimonies and stories of how their lives are changed. What I've been through, where my journey has come, I love to share with people. I have I want to talk to people more. I want to have phone conversations. I will drop down there my link to my Calendly. It has all my times that's open to do like a 20-minute call. I'll listen. There was a while back that I even put an ad out in Craigslist, and I'm like, I'm your listener. Tell me anything. Just call bullshit on me, whatever. But like, just talk. I will not judge you. I am not a judger anymore. I am in a way sometimes, and I catch myself, but we all just want to be listened to. So I was even willing to start a business for people just to call in, and I would listen, and I wouldn't condemn them. I wouldn't judge them. I have friends that when we talk, they're like, you're the only person that like listens without judgment. And what comes across my awareness is when I'm talking to them, I help them clear that stuff. I say, who does that belong to? 90% of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions aren't yours. So 90% of what comes out of here, what comes in here, and what comes in here aren't even yours. But we lock that shit in place. And locking that in place is creating like an inflammation and a blockage to what we're willing to create, to who we want to be. So if you start removing those blockages and those whatever in your mind, your body, your feelings, your emotions, all that starts to go away. So if you think about judgment as resisting, so when we resist something, we're stopping that flow of energy. And I'll post below the link to that Voice of America, because it really spoke a lot to me. Take it for what you want, but it had a lot of points in there. Like, what are we resisting? Who are you resisting? Even in your life, like, who are you having issues with that if you just broke those barriers, that the resistance wouldn't be there anymore? And maybe you could just move on past that. I even tell people, you don't have to write a letter and send it to the person and be like, this is how you made me feel. Just mentally write the letter. I have a friend now writing a letter to somebody that's, just not paying attention to her and her situation. She goes, I write love letters every day. She goes, when I journal, I just write them a love letter. And I let them know, I know people probably can't stand you or be around you. And I'm sitting there going, that's genius. So mentally, write those notes and be like, like I've had a few people come into my life for a time, and we were supposed to do business and different things like that. And I've opened it up to the universe. And I said, if somebody doesn't work with my path, I'm okay for them to leave, whether that's family, whether that's business, whether that's recreation, whatever. Like, I just want the right people, the right vibe on my path in this journey. And like, it goes to like the company leader, like Jenna. Like, I am so passionate about how she thinks, how she vibes. I thrive with that. I really like learned from her. And all the leaders real close, and even the people that are coming into the business with me, they're on that vibe. And I'm just like, wow, we're gonna freaking rock this. We have, I heard there's 2 brands, so I apologize. We have 2 new brands coming out that's gonna be global. So if somebody can't do the CBD, they can get in the company and do the next brand. I'm so freaking excited. Even the whole trip to Vegas. I bought my ticket to the Vegas event like a while back because I got a free t-shirt. I jumped on it. And I was like, okay, I have my ticket. Now I got to get my plane ticket. And right now, I am so sick of living paycheck to paycheck because I've done that way too long. I have leaders in the company that are buying, I was in a Coach store yesterday. I won't make this too long, but I was in a Coach. Well, I didn't go in the store. Yeah, I know. Whatever that is and whatever brought that up and whoever that belongs to. But destroy and uncreate that. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Those in access will understand that there's the clearing statement. It's like bibbity bobbity boop here in Orlando. So basically, I saw the Coach store and I had so much judgment. I was like, oh my God, this mall has a freaking Coach store, Louis Vuitton, Kate Spade, like all these crazy, like very expensive stores. I was like, I think I'll just sit in the kids' play area and like watch kids. I don't know. But they had comfy chairs there, so that was pretty cool too. But so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let's walk to the Coach store. And I stood there and I looked in and I was like, you know what? I really don't even want to go in. Like, that's not even like pulling me. And then I heard the story about one of our leaders who bought a watch that he's had on a vision board for like so freaking long, and they ran across it in the Bahamas and they bought it. There's such humble people that it wasn't like, look what I can do. It was more like, you can do this too. I've never thought about dreaming big, you know, it scares me. But when you're around the right people, they pull you for that. And that excites me. Like, how much more can I get out of my comfort zone, right? And how much more can you get out of your comfort zone? So I will post my link below. Call me. Let's have a conversation. I don't care if you join the company or not. I don't care if we talk about the company, but we need to communicate and raise awareness around each other and listen and be there for each other. So what are you resisting that if you didn't resist it could actually create in that? Like, don't even answer that, but just all that energy that came up, because I can feel it from here. And whether you watch this now or later, it's going to clear it. We're going to clear that. So again, listen to the question. What are you resisting about yourself, about your business, about life, about family, about a person, about anything, about being successful, about not being successful? All that resistance, whatever that is, what if you could create in that by not resisting? So all that energy that just came up and about that, whether good, bad, right, wrong, we're going to clear it. And the statement is, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, from the point of destruction to the point of creation, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. You can go to theclearingstatement.com and get the definition of all that. But here in Orlando, I tell people it's like your little fairy godmothers coming in and ripping that energy out and tossing it. Let it go. Just like Frozen. So that's what we just did. So everybody breathe in. Breathe out. All of that resistance is starting to dissipate. So everywhere you had all that resistance, there's now space for you to start creating. So what are you going to create? Today? Tomorrow? In the next 10 seconds? That's up to you. It's your choice. And our company's name is My Daily Choice. So that that's sexy in itself. All right, so I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will post the link below for the Voice of America link, and then I'll also put my Calendly, my schedule down below. Call me, like 20 minutes. Let's create something. Have a great one.